Welcome one, welcome all to the comics, culture, and cosplay stream. My name's Kevin. I'll be your host today, as I am every week. And today, I have something very special for you guys. A brand new, hot off the presses, boomer shooter, Doom style Warhammer 40k Boltgun, as you can see right in front of you. This is really my first foray into the world of Warhammer 40k. But before we get started on that, I want to point you all in the direction of our main show, the Comics, Culture, and Cosplay Podcast. This latest episode that we've uploaded, I'm particularly proud of. I'm very happy to have had on the wonderful and illustrious YouTuber Monica Katapusan, who is an awesome reaction YouTuber. She recently watched The Boys, which is, her reactions to those are freaking hilarious. Definitely recommend checking out her channel, checking out this episode. We upload to Spotify, iTunes, Spreaker, anywhere you can find podcasts, and to the wonderful nerdy network that we're a part of, the Fandom Lim Podcast Network. You can find our show and other great podcasts on Fandom Lim, FANDOMLIMB.com. So I hope you check that out. And wow, without further ado, let's get this shit started. Now, I've got three co-hosts, right? Zach, Josh, and Mari. And Zach is, man, I really wish he was here because he is a huge Warhammer fan. He plays the, he's got the model kits. He plays the tabletop stuff, and I know little to nothing about this entire world. Although I know it is very, very popular, very grim, dark, and militaristic, and you got goofy ass orcs. So anyway. I don't know if I think it's Games Workshop who creates Warhammer. They decided they wanted to take that aesthetic, roll it into a semi 8-bit boomer shooter, which I think is the perfect format for this kind of world. So without further ado, let's get started. And welcome, Zeal. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I say won't be chatting much, but thank you very much for jumping in. I really do appreciate you being here. Playing Destiny with some of your friends. Damn, you have any goals for Destiny this week? And all right, let's take a look. Oh, this difficulty. A challenge worthy of the Imperium's mightiest warriors. Hey, Zach, just the man I was mentioning. Perfect. My perfect partner in crime for this one, because I know little to nothing of what I'm getting into, right? So, let's go for normal. Let's go normal. Season level grinding. Okay, yeah, I got the new Destiny season out. That's true. Off target. Your deployment to Graia didn't go quite as planned. No matter, secure armaments, bolster your faith, and continue. Those heretics don't know what's coming for them. When its physical body is destroyed, a daemon is banished back to the warp. Okay. Right. Okay. Destiny 2 is bringing Cade back. Interesting. Who's Cade, Zach? It's very interesting. I'm very unknowledgeable. I'm very unknowledgeable about Destiny and Warhammer. But hopefully this cutscene will help. Oh.
Once touched by the hand of chaos remains untainted.
No kidding.
You are under the dominion of the Ordo Malleus.
It sounds bad.
My investigations into a world that has already felt that fell influence.
Okay.
Has been under the close watch of the Inquisition since the Grim Skull
Sure, Grim Skull War. Of course they would be called that. God damn it. Okay. I'm really just trying to follow here. Alright.
I have my suspicions.
Okay.
Although we have not had sufficient time to pinpoint the origin of these foul energies. While most of the planet remains unaffected.
Okay, chaos energy near a forge world? What's a forge world? Why is that important?
They have been experimenting with a surviving fragment of Inquisitor Drogon's council.
Inquisitor Drogon, of course.
Your mission is to assist me in locating a fragment of the power source. While I consider this threat
have I linked my Discord to PSN? I haven't, but I need to. Because then maybe I can have more people jump in as co-hosts in the chat. I really don't know how it works. Okay, so chaos energy is consuming this planet. I need to go and purge the fuck out of them.
Together, you will search sites where communication has become
okay.
Should you encounter any opposition,
I feel like this is how most Metroid games start too, to be honest. Ayo, Bounty Hunter, we got some fucky weird shit on this planet. You should go check it out. Ah, universe-ending threat or a giant dinosaur. It's usually one of the two.
You will be deployed to a habitation zone we lost contact with several cycles ago.
Okay,
Alright.
alright.
To be extremely hostile.
Extremely hostile and extremely
We
awesome!
don't know how far the taint of the arch enemy spreads.
Oh god, the arch enemy has a massive taint. It covers worlds, I tell you. Ooh, welcome, Ava Creatives. Wow, thanks for jumping in. Very first time chatter. Okay, so Zach, back to the whole talk about Destiny. Arcade 6 is the guy Nathan Fillion voice. Alright, can never have too much Nathan Fillion. Alright. Alright, so my sensitivity is really low. Alright. Alright, wireless control sensitivity. Yeah, we need to pump this way up. Dead zone. I'm beefy. I'm beefy. Oh baby, I'm a beefcake. Damn, look at this fucking PS1 looking shit right here. My brothers, I will avenge you. In the name of the Emperor, I will avenge your noble sacrifice. Life signs critical. Extensive injury detected. Yeah, no, he's on fire and a skeleton. No kidding. Ooh, how's it going? It's going. Life is good. It's busy. I'm very happy to be playing this right here. Alright, so we got a little medical pickups. Doom style. Apply chainsword. Ooh. Apply chainsword to heretics. Oh my god! Sweet Jesus! Holy... Ah! That's right. I do have you. I do have you as a friend here. Welcome. Okay. Alright. Break it down.
I'm invading the stream.
Break it down for me.
Okay.
Break it down for me, Zach.
Okay, I specifically found a way to kludge my headset into here and get my PS5. I'm halting playing Tears of the Kingdom just to educate you. I hope you appreciate this.
I do appreciate your sacrifice. I know that is a big ask. That's very big of you.
Yes. Okay. So, a Forge World is a place that the Mechanicum owns. The Mechanicum, the tech priests, which was the weird person in the red robe talking to you.
Right. Oh, that's right. I can't.
Things have gotten so bad in 40K that technology is literally a cult.
Got it. Okay, that's...
So like,
okay.
They don't know, like, the scientific method isn't something that they really do. There's a new guy, his name is Belsarius Call, he's kind of bringing back, like, actual science, but for, like, 10,000 years, science has been, I don't know why this works, but I do know that it works. Because this sacred book tells me that it works.
Okay, so we're literally just taking science on faith, essentially.
Yes.
Cool.
They quite literally believe in the Omnissiah, the machine god.
We love that techno-fascist cult bullshit. We love it. Good stuff.
The worst part is they might kind of be right because they believe that every machine has a machine spirit, which probably used to just be AI, but AI got outlawed, but they kept using it anyway for really complicated stuff. But now stuff is starting to mind. Starting to, like, actually, you know, possibly have a machine spirit.
So now the AI is becoming sentient, and it might actually be a spirit, a soul. Like, there's no differentiation at this point, philosophically, which is kind of funky.
Yes, because the war. So anyway,
a
Forge World is where... okay. So you know how Coruscant was one giant city planet?
Yeah, most planets in Star Wars are just like one thing.
Biome.
There's no, there are no I was just about to say, there are no fucking biomes in Star Wars. What the fuck?
Imagine Coruscant, but it's a factory, and OSHA doesn't exist.
Okay. So it's Apocalypse from DC Comics, basically. Where it's like a giant like techno hellscape.
Yeah, like thousands of people die every day from radiation poisoning.
Okay, I mean, listen, you gotta do what you gotta do for the Emperor.
You to try charging down the door?
Run with Elf, that's what I've been doing. Hold on. Fast as fuck, boy.
No. Oh, by the way, the little thing that's following you around?
Yeah.
That is a servo skull. So a servo skull is the remains of either possibly someone who did a lot of really good stuff for the Mechanicus, or someone who did a lot of really bad stuff to the Mechanicus.
Okay, no differentiation. You end up as a floaty skull with...
No. For some of them it's an honor. For some of them it's a punishment.
I see. Okay. I guess that makes sense.
So this one's following around a space marine, and works personally for a Magus that works with a space marine, so probably honored.
Okay.
But no guarantee.
What the... Oh, shit!
Did you just fucking elevate it? Okay, you didn't elevate it.
Almost.
But you came close.
I was very close there. Hold on, there you go.
Yeah, so...
Ooh, come on now. Okay. Alright, and you said that this guy in particular was from a previous game, right?
No. They referenced something from a previous game. Captain... so you are an ultramarine. I'm not kidding. That's what that particular brand of space marine is called.
I expect nothing less.
So you're an ultramarine. Now, just land on him.
I like to finesse it a little bit more.
Kevin, you're wearing like 40 tons of spaceship grade armor.
Yes.
Ship.
And a gunblade or whatever the hell. Why would I just land on him when I can gunblade him?
You have a chainsword.
Chainsword, that's what it's called. Also, Ava Creatives, you can send me your profile through a whisper on Twitch if you don't mind. I may take you up on that. I definitely feel like the actual advertising is a little bit sparse. So, or not advertising, but like the way
our branding's
a little sparse. So yes, I definitely may take you up on that. Please do send me a whisper. We can talk.
All right. I am going to...
Oh god, I killed Star-Lord. Oh god, no, I'm so sorry.
Are you sorry? Are you actually sorry?
Not really, it was kind of annoying me. Damn, that boy's head swelled the fuck up in Guardians 3. Like, how did he not... I'm like, he's dead. Like, there's no way. How about on Twitter?
There's Kevin with all the spoilers, by the way.
Well, okay. I didn't say if he does die after that or not. It's just a moment. There's just a moment. I may spoil Guardians 3 just for anyone listening. Ava, I don't know. Maybe on... Yeah, we have a Twitter as well, so you can hit up the Twitter account.
At CCC Podcast.
Yeah,
keep it easy here, baby.
Yeah, is it CCC or is it the CCC? Someone got to CCC. There's like
damn, you're right.
There's like a Christian podcast that's like, I don't know, that's also CCC.
Yeah, we have to kill them.
Oh god, purge that. Well, no, they would be purging the heretics.
Well, technically they don't believe in the Emperor, so they're the heretics.
You're right. Okay, what now, funky floating skull man? All right, maybe this. No, this away.
Anyway, so as I was saying, so you are part of the Ultramarines chapter. So way back in 40K. Well, actually, technically in the 30,000th millennium, back when the Emperor wasn't a corpse on a throne.
Aye.
Oh, not bad. You killed everybody. Good job. But you didn't find the secrets.
I know. I'm kicking myself over that.
Right. So, every weapon is affected differently by the machine spirit. See, there's you go.
Oh, there you go. All
spirits.
Right. Mountain batteries. Alright, trail through the mountains leads to the habitation zone. Planetary defense batteries line the route, as do heretics. Find a way into the hab zone, purge any resistance. Okay, got it. Interesting. This is doing a 40K game like this is such a fucking good idea. I think
great.
This is, and honestly, I gotta say the shooting, the actual gunplay when you hold left trigger to get your chainsword out, it is very punchy and satisfying.
As it should be.
It really is. I mean, that was literally the tutorial level, so we'll see how it goes, especially once we get the shotgun. But
I personally am appreciative of the bolter sound. The bolters are really iconic things, so it's really important to get that thumping right, because, Kevin, what you are shooting there is essentially... So you see how just one shot pulped a human being?
Indeed.
So that's because the bolter is essentially firing 40mm RPG rounds.
It looks a lot smaller than it is.
So the bolter literally fires tiny explosives with a rocket motor attached to it. That their job is to burrow into flesh and explode.
Okay, so it only looks small because I am a goddamn beefcake.
Yes.
Is what I'm sensing. Okay.
The shell is like the size of your Kevin's fist. I don't want to be hit with that. No. Like, you gotta understand, you are a 8-foot tall, like, genetically bred war engine.
Beefcake.
Yes. Very beefy.
Very beefy. Very beefy.
By the way, 8 is like the average. Some have been known to go up to 10.
10-foot tall big boys. All right. Is there like a legendary ultramarine who was like the beefiest of them all?
No, the beefiest of them all was a hard-drinking, pot-bellied space wolf.
That is beautiful, and it's as it should be.
He was so large that the tech marines had to custom fit his power armor, and in it he was the size of a regular marine in Terminator armor. Terminator armor is the armor that space marines wear when they're worried that their regular power armor isn't big enough.
Oh god. Lord fucking knows what kind of situations that would be for.
Taking over an enemy spaceship with like 4 dudes mostly.
Yeah, alright. Oh, we got grenades now.
It's not small.
Your Hulkbuster armor. Come on.
No, Hulkbuster armor is the Dreadnought.
Okay. Is that bigger or smaller?
Bigger. The Dreadnought armor is for when a Space Marine is too grievously injured, even for a Space Marine to continue fighting, but he's not dead, so they stick him in a metal box so that he can continue to kill. And he is essentially a tank on legs. I see, okay. It's like, I can't go on. It's like,
oh, you have no say in the matter, baby. No.
Oh, no. Becoming a Dreadnought is an honor.
Okay.
Even in death, I serve.
I am not getting the mentality of this game a lot of the time, clearly.
You gotta understand, Space Marines are taken as children. Well, okay, I want to be careful how I say this. They're actually nicer than the Jedi Order in that parents have the option to tell Space Marines no. They almost never do, but they do have the option.
Okay, well that's nice at least.
So in that way, the horrifying murder men in the 40,000th millennium are better than the Jedi.
The Jedi kind of suck, honestly. Like, they really fucking do.
Yeah.
Like, they really do. Let's see, what do we got? Child abduction. What are some other, like, horrible atrocities of the light side, quote unquote?
I mean, the indoctrination, although the Space Marines also do that.
I mean, yeah. But they don't pretend they're righteous. Well, they do pretend they're righteous, but like...
Well, no, that really depends on the Space Marine chapter. So most of the Space Marine chapters don't actually think the Emperor is divine. Because they know that he's just a dude, and they know that they're cloned from him, essentially.
Oh, okay. All right.
Especially groups like the Ultramarines. So the Ultramarines are 30,000th millennium.
Yeah.
There's the Emperor. The Emperor has just brought humanity out of nuclear winter, right?
Okay.
And he's purged all the techno-barbarians from Earth.
Techno-barbarian? Like, I'm
Yes.
assuming post-apocalyptic, like, cyberpunk...
Mad Max.
Mad Max, yeah, okay.
Essentially just Mad Max.
Okay.
Just straight up Mad Max. And he decides that humanity's job is to you know what? Here's the perfect way to put it. Mankind is going to manifest its destiny all over the galaxy. You dig?
Yeah. Wait, sorry, wait. Run that by me again?
Humanity is going to manifest its destiny all over the galaxy.
Oh, okay, yes. Yeah.
And we ain't going to let no filthy Xenos get in the way.
But then you got
so
the
you see how the
war.
Chainsword is not doing great against the Chaos Space Marine? That's because the Chainsword is really meant for chopping up unarmored Normans.
Got it, I see.
It is quite... Kevin, you are quite literally a slasher villain. You have a chainsaw, and you are shoving it into people.
Woohoo! Damn, we're getting some of these big boys, though. We're graduating a little bit now.
Okay, this is actually good. So you can see the size of the bolter shells in comparison to you. Yeah, go back in that room and let the Chaos Space Marine shoot at you for a bit. I think there was one in that room.
Let's see,
Oh, no, never mind. That's just a cultist. Oh, okay, that was a heavy stubber. Okay, so that round, that was a 50 cal being shot at you.
Uh-huh.
Right, and that looked like normal bullet size to you. So there's your frame. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
The 50 cal looked like the normal.
What the fuck? Ooh, I got a secret. You dishonor the order!
So, 30,000th millennium. Everything's going great, but the Emperor knows that just a bunch of techno-barbarians is not going to conquer the galaxy.
Yeah.
And for as amazing and powerful and cool and as awesome as the Emperor is, he can't be everywhere.
Yeah.
So he makes 13 mini-me's called the Primarchs.
Okay.
Each of them is cloned directly from the Emperor, and he handcrafted their genes.
Cool, okay. Crispy.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. They are functionally unaging. One of them just woke up from a 10,000-year nap.
Okay.
Literally.
Love that for him.
Yeah, you know, he's feeling pretty good, dude. He had a 10,000-year nap. Things are looking up.
Yeah, you gotta feel real rested with that, after that. Like, I feel like I need a 10,000-year nap, honestly.
Yeah, you know, it's pretty chill.
It's alright. It's alright. So then, I mean, I'm assuming there are people who are cloned from the Primarchs, too?
Yeah, so we're getting there. So, that is, Space Marines are cloned from the Primarchs.
Okay, all of them. I thought they were indoctrinated.
Yes. So every
Hi, Masako.
Hey.
Welcome to the stream. I've got my my co-host and buddy Zach here breaking down some 40k lore.
We're jumping back into history with a little bit of the 30k stuff here. So the Primarchs are cool, and they're super right. They're super cool. They're not quite as cool as the Emperor, but they're pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then just below the Primarchs are the Emperor's personal bodyguard, the Custodians.
Okay.
These guys are so badass that 3 of them can conquer a planet.
Oh, fuck me. How the fuck is that done?
extraordinary violence.
Okay, I mean, that's okay, I'm sure that's putting it nicely.
Their armor is quite literally made out of spaceship hulls. Like,
everything is so goddamn over the top in this. Also, I hope things are going well for you too, Masako. What's new? What's new?
That is quite literally the level that their armor is on. It is like spaceship grade armor.
Okay. Can burn up an atmosphere and everything.
Masako, we've been live for like just about half an hour now.
Yeah. Oh wow. It's kind of flown by, man. This thing is a breezy
Power
game.
of violence, baby.
Power of violence. Wow. It's very satisfying. I'll tell you right now, 30 minutes into the stream, I'm playing this next week too. Abso-goddamn-lutely.
Excellent.
Absolutely
this
playing
pleases the Emperor.
This is play. Yes, I shall not be sent to the Emperor's gulags today.
Oh no, the Emperor doesn't have gulags.
Oh god. Well,
he has penal legions.
It sounds like a gulag with a fancier name.
No, it's worse than a gulag. They strap a bomb collar to your neck and and give you an AK-47 and tell you to fight.
Okay. So it's the
and
Suicide
if you
Squad.
don't, they blow your neck off.
So it's the Suicide Squad. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. I mean, okay. No chance of working off your sentence either. I'm assuming.
You can redeem yourself for your heresy by dying in the Emperor's name.
Okay. Alright. That sounds fair. Sounds totally fair. Oh, fuck me! Oh, okay.
Bye. Oh, that's not so bad.
Yeah.
Just knocked you down a little bit.
Quake cannons. Okay, machine spirit status. Alrighty. Do all set up overlay. We do not, but we had someone in the stream earlier offering services as well. Let's take a look. Where the hell?
You can hit us up on Twitter.
Yes, at the CCC podcast. Yeah, we are open. We are open to a bit of a rebrand.
But yeah, so right, so it goes the Emperor Custodes, or the Emperor Primarchs Custodes, of which the Emperor only ever allowed there to be 10,000 at a time. Because, and I quote, 10,000 is sufficient.
Ah, okay. Okay. I like a man who knows what he wants.
Yes.
Okay, are you seeing something that I'm not? I feel like
I am not. Try shooting the Quake cannons off again.
Shooting the Quake.
The big old guns.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think about how I got there. Another one? Alright, I did one. I wonder if there's a way to see my current objective. Or, maybe go
Try
up this
pausing.
way. Not such luck.
I see. Back.
I think I came from there. Judging by the massive corpses.
Judging by the trail of slaughter.
Mm-hmm.
Useful map-making tech, that, isn't it?
I feel like I got a map a second ago.
What about to the left of that, right? Yeah, there you go, through that rock. Nope, we've been this way, there's dead people.
Oh! Hello! What's up, boys?
And look at that! People that are alive. Excellent signposting. Good game design.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Oh, you can bash into him too?
Well, of course you can. Kevin, you're like 80 pounds, and you can go like 45 miles an hour.
Oh my god. Try pulling my ass over, I dare you. I dare you right now. Okay, sent the DM on Twitter. So we actually have someone kind of manning our Twitter account. So we'll take a look at that, and we will get back to you, definitely.
Yeah.
Don't you worry. Alright, again, very good signposting with the, with this right here.
The health.
Yeah, well, the health and also the, painted ledge.
Yeah, you know what? I know some people complain about that. I'm all for that kind of signposting.
Yeah. I mean, like, let's just keep a momentum in the game. You know what I mean? Like, that's...
Well, especially a game like this.
Yeah.
Beefy. But yeah.
Ooh, boy.
So.
Why am I glowing? What the...
I think you might be almost dead.
You know, it could be.
Oh, Nurgly stuff.
All right, so now we're getting to the real chaos bullshit
now
here.
You're getting to demons.
Oh my god.
That was a mini demon. That's,
okay.
That's literally the dumpiest form of demon. Well, I guess technically there's like spawn.
Oh, good God in heaven, I'm gonna fucking die.
So, you have 13 Primarchs.
Yeah.
Each Primarch got a legion of 100,000 Space Marines. And the Emperor said, go take over the galaxy, boys.
Same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the galaxy. Oh, there you go. I don't know how I should not be alive right now. I really shouldn't be.
That would be the power of drugs.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Of which Space Marines receive many.
Yeah. I consider it the Emperor's blessing.
But they definitely...
no! Dramatic flop.
Scene.
Yeah,
That's a great death scene.
He's reaching out in anguish. That is amazing.
Oh, that's not anguish. That's anger. He's saying, come here so I can finish crushing your skull.
Oh my god, I'm in need.
You know, I appreciate that you're on medium and the game is kicking your ass.
I don't know if that's more of a praise to the game or an indictment of me and how I play.
Really more praise for the game.
No. I need to scrounge up enough health. Chick, slow marine.
But yeah, so there were 13 legions, and everything was going great. Mankind was conquering the galaxy. We were purging the Xenos. Everything was going good, right? And then a bunch of stuff happened, and a dude named Horus decided that even though Dad made him the War Master, that wasn't good enough, and that he wanted to take over the entire galaxy. And he wanted to run things, because Dad was being mean, and not including him in all of his plans.
Typical Game of Thronesian plotting.
Kind of. He was being influenced by chaos.
Okay. Oh, okay. I see.
And just conveniently enough, you know, these 4 chaos people, you know, they happen to have a really great way for him to take over. And they would offer him unlimited power for the low cost of his immortal soul.
Easy.
And Horus said, now that's a bargain.
I wasn't using it anyway.
And so, from there, what happens is that... Oh.
What the fuck?
Kills Chaos Space Marine. Punked by an autogun.
Embarrassing. My soul will flay for this.
But yeah, so, you know, that was a thing. That happened. It wasn't great. A bunch of his brothers followed him into chaos. Some of them, like Horus, followed Chaos Undivided. And some of them went for specific flavors of chaos. You have Plague Chaos, Nurgle, so the Diseasey boys, right?
Yeah. The Diseasty boys. The
Yes.
Yeasty boys, if you will.
You have the Magic Nerds,
Okay.
the Thousand Sons. They went and worked for Tzeentch.
Who dat?
Tzeentch is the Changer of Ways, the Architect of Fate, and the Master of Overly Complicated Plans.
Is that literally it? Is that
Yes.
his actual title? That's beautiful.
The last one is not technically part of his name, but it might as well be.
Ah, okay.
And they're really just they're just magic nerds, really.
Okay.
Like, that's really it.
Dungeons
the
and
warp is
Dragons-y
cool,
shit.
And the warp is cool, and Dad told me that I couldn't use the warp, so fuck you, Dad.
Okay. Can't tell me what to do.
And just to be clear, I am vastly oversimplifying a lot of things. But
God.
that seems like that's death.
Oh God. Yeah, game over.
I
There you go.
appreciate how the floor chunks when you jump. By the way, I do
Yep.
appreciate that.
There you
And then, so Angron, then there was Angron. Angron is a very tragic story. As a very young boy, he fell onto a planet that thought gladiatorial games were cool.
Are they not?
But people didn't really want to do those. So they had these things called the Butcher's Nails.
Okay. Okay, that's all right. That's promising. What? Pray tell, are the Butcher's Nails?
I want you to picture two iron spikes that get jammed in the side of your head. Okay?
Okay, but why? Why is this happening to me?
And every time, when you're
Thank
not
God.
busy killing people, it's basically electrocuting your brain 24/7.
Oh, okay. All right, to keep you agitated and ready to kill some more.
Yes, and do you know what happens when you do kill people?
What at?
You get the happy juice.
Ah, okay. Okay. So he's just flood you with like serotonin if you do a good job, if you're a good boy.
Yes, if you commit murder like we ask you to.
Oh my God! You get the happy juice. You will not be able to regulate your own juices. We will regulate them for you.
Yeah, well, and it's not just that you get the happy juice; it also turns off the pain.
Okay. So really ultimate euphoria right there.
Yeah. Hey, my brain doesn't hurt anymore, and I'm happy.
This is new. Good God.
Now, the Emperor, being the stellar parent of the year that he is, when he discovered his child had these things shoved in his neck, he just kind of left him there. Right? I want to point out, this is the man who is tens of thousands of years old, Master Psyker, Master Magician, single-handedly created all of the amazing gene enhancements that made Space Marines and Custodes and all that.
So we're still talking about the one of the Primarchs, right?
Yeah, So we're talking about Angron and the fact that Daddy just left the Butcher Nails in him.
Okay, that's not very nice.
No,
that's not very nice.
Parent of the year there.
Yeah,
so,
I see. Mm-hmm.
Out of all the Primarchs, Angron had a right to hold a grudge.
Yeah, all right. I see where he's coming from on that, if I'm being honest with you. Very relatable character.
And surprise, surprise, Angron ended up falling in with this dude named Korn.
Korn. With a K?
K.
Like the band. Like the band Korn.
Khorn.
Okay, almost. Close enough.
I'm pretty sure that Korn took their name from 40K. When did the band Korn come about?
Oh man, they are late 90s as hell. Let me try.
Yeah. So then they almost certainly took their name from. 40K.
All right, I'm looking this up. And the R, it's K and R uppercase. Sometimes
okay,
backwards.
they definitely have to, like, they have got to have taken that name.
It honestly would not surprise me. Let me try to see. That's it. Oh, see, there's my idle animation, just reading the Bible. Waiting mode engaged.
No, you're actually reading the Codex Astartes.
What is it?
We'll get there. I
Okay.
promise.
Okay. Some suggested corners, Schaefer. Let's see. No mention of Warhammer on their wiki page at all. Memory banks initiating recall. High-pitched screaming.
Oh yeah, that's because all the computers in 40K. So they used to have AI, and then the AI decided that the most logical thing to do was to follow chaos and purge the world of the filthy, messy meat sacks.
Okay, so it's the rogue AI situation, but also they're like, hey, Skynet's like, hey, this Cthulhu guy, he's got some good ideas. we should team up.
Yes. So the response to that was they banned true AI, and instead of relying on just solely a computer, they have things like servitors. And so all the technology in the 41st millennium, including the computers, is made from humans.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, so that's where I'm kind of detecting a little bit of a Dune influence. Like, maybe a little?
A little.
I'm reading into it.
Listen, the Dune influence is not subtle sometimes. Do you want to know how they navigate space?
Is it literally called the Spacers Guild?
No, it's called the Navigators.
Oh, well, I mean...
By the way, they use their psychic powers and their third eye to peer through the warp and chart a path.
Okay, so...
No, Kevin, it gets better. Using the psychic beacon of the Emperor, the Astronomicon. Zero subtlety.
God damn it.
Zero subtlety, Kevin.
I kind of love it, though. Like, there's nothing, not a single thing about this universe that's subtle, and it's kind of why it's fun. I mean, the fashy overtones are a little... Not a fan.
But that's just it. Like, it's the they're not fascist overtones. They're fascist tones. Very explicit, right? They're very explicitly fascist.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
that's why I'm an orc boy.
Yeah, like, I'm trying to think how to say it, right? The designers and developers are not unaware. It is a purposeful decision. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it seems like...
It's a purposeful decision, and it's, right, it is abjectly horrible. It sucks ass. Yeah,
I mean, the whole point is that this isn't a great universe to live in, but, like, I don't know. It's interesting because you have, like, the aesthetic appeal of it, but it's kind of a difficult thing to separate a lot of the time, at least for me. But I don't know. I find it intriguing. It's like an intriguing world.
I just mentioned that because I know for some people it makes a difference when, like, no, it's not, like, it's a very explicit decision to engage in that, right? Like, it's a conscious choice made by the devs.
Okay. I guess, what do you think the point is, in your opinion? Is it like an aesthetic thing? Is it...
Part of it is aesthetics. Part of it is, I guess accretion is the right word.
How would you define accretion?
Like, it's been there for... Right, so here's the thing, right? So 40K started back in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
And 40K used to take itself a lot less seriously. It used to be called Rogue Trader. Right? And, like, all the orcs had, like, Cockney accents and stuff.
Yeah. Do they not still?
They kind of do, but it's just a little less leaned into. It's a little weird to explain. But, like... Right, and, like, things like the Astra Militarum getting 10 million people a day killed was like, Jesus, that's horrible, but, like, in the funny, right? Like, wow, it's
so over the top that it's not even It's so
serious.
everything in this universe is pretty damn exaggerated, which is why I think it all works so well. And there are other factions that are in opposition to it too.
Well, and that's the thing, right? Like, one of the key things of 40K is there are no good people. Like,
there are no good guys in this world.
Sorry, there are good people. There are no good factions.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think it's more just like I don't know, like definitely like an edgy, cynical take that like, you know, that's where we're headed in whatever millennia, but like not completely off base.
Yeah,
in a lot of ways.
It's stuff like
it reminds me of like Judge Dredd, you know what I mean? Where it's like it engages in that sort of a thing, but to show you like what what it is by exaggerating the subtle aspects of like the real thing in a lot of ways.
Yeah, right. Like, and like a lot of it is like, for instance, there's one of the Primarchs recently returned to the world of Warhammer 40,000, and not the world of 30,000. Right, and like he is absolutely disgusted with the state of the Imperium and the fact that people have no rights and that they're oppressed, and he's like, this is fucking horrible. But I can't fix that right now because there are demons. Literal demons.
We have other fish to fry right now, sadly.
Right, and the leaving of it being is a direct and specific condemnation of how these things happen, right? Because it's horrible, it's terrible, but it's working, so I'm gonna leave it be.
Right, yeah. It's like the chaos. Damn, it's like the whole security versus freedom argument, where it's like
it's very much that, right? Like, for instance, most Imperial worlds are not ruled. There's no such thing as democracy.
Yeah.
Right? They are quite literally feudal states.
Yeah.
Like, they are ruled by noble families, and planetary governor is an inherited position.
Okay.
And they do that because every once in a while, you get a noble who's too stupid or uppity and launches a rebellion because he doesn't want to pay his taxes, or falls to chaos. But generally speaking, with the right training and indoctrination, so that's some Slanesh stuff. We'll get there. This
stuff, this miasma of eyes.
Yeah, so it's purple. That's how you know it's Slanesh. Oh, that's great. I didn't know that he had.
I'm hitting triangle.
That's beautiful. Dude, there's a secret up on the pillar of the rock.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to give myself a running start. Baba booey.
Hey.
Ayo.
Right, like, and they continue with that system because it will work for hundreds or thousands of years at a time, and that's good enough. And sure, the people are miserable and oppressed and taxed, but they're also busy making guns and bullets, so hey, as long as they keep doing that.
We are set. Okay. Oh god. Oh shit.
Right, but and everything you're saying, right? It's specifically horrible.
Specifically, yes. Oh my god, yeah. It's like so over the top that it's like.
Right, and here's the thing, right? So it's so over the top, and that came from the 80s. And then you know how everything was dark and serious in the 90s?
Yeah.
Well, 40K wasn't doing so great, so they made it dark and serious.
Okay. And like it being that tongue-in-cheek about, you know, I guess conservatism makes sense for the 80s specifically.
Right, it was Britain in the 80s.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay. I forgot this was a British company.
Yeah.
So there you fucking go. This is okay. This is Thatcher. This is okay. This is what happens.
No, literally,
this is Thatcher's government in the future. Okay, this makes so much more fucking sense. Oh my god.
Right, and then in order for right, and the game still keeps a lot of its tongue-in-cheekness. It's just harder to find because they made it more grim and more dark, and it took itself a little more seriously, and they had like a story and a narrative, and it wasn't just haha funny cockney orcs fight the fascist space knights, right?
Yeah.
And you no longer had haha funny space dwarves with the funny land train.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, it's just like with, you know, my frame of reference being comics, like how the wrong lessons were taken in subsequent stories after Watchmen, where it's like it's not the absolute pitch perfect cohesion between writing and art. It's not the thoughtful exploration of like superheroes and super characters in the real world. People are like, it's dark, so that's why it's good. And then it's like, okay, well, we've completely missed the fucking point here. We've lost the beat.
The point has gone over your head.
Yes. So it seems like almost like a similar thing where it's like it's almost a temptation where like that tone is there and there's a temptation to lean into it, but like it's almost better if you have like the haha cockney orcs more often, like
well, and,
that's,
right, and there's
you know,
still stuff, right, and I want to be clear, there's still stuff that's stupid and ridiculous in 40K. Just it's a little harder to see, right? But like it's absolutely still there, and like
I'm about to get my ass kicked. Look at all these health points. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's one of those things like, right? Like at one point, someone was like, they support Nazis. No, they don't. Some asshole at a concert in Italy, or at a tournament in Italy, dressed up as in an SS costume, and he got thrown out.
Yeah.
Right, like, that's the part that people on the internet forget to mention. He got thrown out.
Like, okay, that's what you yeah, okay.
You know, important bit of context. He showed up like that, and he got banned.
That is an important bit of context for sure. Like, I don't know. I would like, I'm glad that they, in their actions, stand against it.
Well, because like, and here's the thing, right? There's a fine line they tread because, like, right, like, let's say I show up wearing right, Kevin, take a second, pull up your phone, look up an Imperial Commissar. Yeah, no, I've seen
some of their, I've seen some of it. It's very it's very close. Like, unfortunately, it's very close to SS uniforms.
Right, and that is a purposeful decision in that it's meant to have that horrible brutality, like, to it, right? Like, it's meant to be dark and intimidating and horrible because
it is.
It is horrible, right?
Yeah. Dang. That's why I like here. That's why I am more of a fan of either the Orcs or the Chaos Legions. I am like anti-human if I were to play this. You know what I mean? Like, completely anti-human.
Well, so there's some problems with the Chaos Legions.
Okay, tell me why I'm an asshole for wanting to play Chaos.
Well, okay.
Oh god. Oh no. Oof.
Oh boy,
but
okay.
Well, I said something that won't age well. Oh lord.
So we're gonna start with the Nurgle disease boys, okay?
Yes.
Now, so Nurgle is the Chaos Lord of rot, disease, and decay.
Yeah.
And Grandfather's gifts consist of giving people the bubonic plague.
Fun. Thanks. My 20th and last birthday.
Virus bombing people is not a problem for them. it's a great thing to do because they're going to get grandfather's gifts.
Okay, so they're bug chasers, right?
Yeah, biological warfare is a great thing for them.
Ah, okay, dope.
Because they're giving you a present. They're helping you accept grandfather's wonderful gifts.
Ah, okay, that's nice.
The good news is they're more or less disinterested in the pleasures of the flesh, so they don't do some of the more horrible stuff. But they do still, murder civilians.
Yeah.
Not that the Imperium doesn't, but, we'll get there.
But they're not the Imperium, so they're bad.
Oh, no, I would have been clear. The Imperium is still bad.
Yeah. That's what the Imperium is saying.
Never doubt that. Never doubt that the Imperium is bad. But the Plague Marines, the Death Guard, not great.
Mm-hmm.
Not great. Right, so you have those boys. They're kind of the least bad. Then you have the Thousand Sons, who follow Zinch.
Yeah.
They're basically just dark magicians. Like,
okay.
Absolutely no morals, human sacrifices, mutating people for the shit of it, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Like, breaking someone's mind to make them serve you? A-okay.
Okay. Keep going, keep going.
And then, still killing civilians and stuff.
As well. With the side of killing civilians.
Sometimes it's just for fun, sometimes it's for dark magic. But
sacrifices and what have you.
Still doing it, baby. And then you have the followers of Khorne.
Freaks on a leash.
No, there is no leash.
There's no leash. Freaks unleashed.
Murder hobos. Literally
Yay!
just murder hobos.
That's great.
Skulls for the Khorne cares not from where the blood flows, only that it flows. Doesn't matter if you're chopping up the 50-year-old grandma, the space marine, or the baby born yesterday. Khorne wants it.
He's all inclusive.
Yes. All inclusive murder.
He's the most progressive of all the Chaos Lords.
No, that belongs to Slaanesh.
How's that?
Okay, Khorne is the Chaos God of War, Murder, and Bloodlust.
Uh-huh.
Nurgle is the Chaos God of Rot and Decay and Change. Tzeentch is the Chaos God of Fate, Plans, and Arcane Knowledge, and, secrets, mysteries.
Okay.
Now, Kevin, tell me.
Yes.
Which of the 7 deadly sins have we not covered?
I was gonna say, this all sounds very fucking familiar. I was actually thinking,
Kevin,
Horseman...
So Kevin, tell me,
oh, wait.
tell me, which of the 7 is left?
Oh god, wait. Is it lust or gluttony?
It's lust and gluttony in the same package.
Oh, well, that kind of makes sense, but... Oh no. Oh no.
So,
oh god, my frame rate.
Your frame rate. Slaanesh is the Chaos God of pleasure, debauchery, and gluttony.
Uh-huh.
Slaanesh is relatively young as far as Chaos Gods go. They're only a few hundred thousand years old.
Just a baby.
And they were born because the elves were having drug-fueled murder orgies.
Okay, alright. I'm on board.
The elves took over the galaxy and became so hedonistic and lived for imagine if Tolkien's elves lived for a couple million years and went, drinking is boring, let's spice it up. And then another million years go by and go, drinking and cocaine isn't doing it anymore for me. So what if I killed someone while I was on cocaine? And then that stops doing it for you. So then it's, what if I was having sex while I was on cocaine?
Okay, you know who they are? They're fucking Cenobites. They're goddamn Cenobites.
But it gets even worse, Kevin.
Oh,
because
no.
then it gets to the point where that's not doing it for me. So it's like, so what if I killed someone while I was having sex with them? While I was on cocaine?
Yeah.
And then when the cocaine stops doing it for you, you start inventing...
You start inventing?
drugs.
Okay.
Better, air quote, right?
Yeah. Okay. You immediately start working on synthesizing a new drug as soon as the cocaine wears off.
As soon as like you can snort an entire pound of it and it doesn't do nothing for you, time to start mixing up the next one. And then when that stops working, mix up the next one. Spice all this up with, oh, see that's Terminator armor, Kevin.
There you go. Oh, big boy. That's your Hulkbuster right there, huh?
Yep.
Yep, that tracks.
The dreadnoughts are bigger than that.
Okay, I'm sure I'll be facing them too.
You will absolutely fight. Well, it'll probably be called the Hellring.
And it will probably be a boss. Oh my god! Shit.
You followed it. Good job, Kevin.
I'm proud to serve and proud to die.
So the Slanesh ones are the worst. Because they won't just kill you. They'll tentacle rape you first.
Oh, good. Fun.
And that's the nice version.
Okay. Okay, so they're the gods of deplorable hentai.
Yeah, but it's also more than that, right? Like, it's deplorable hentai and America's obesity epidemic. Right? They might not all be in for the same thing, right? If you're following Slanesh, you are chasing pure, unbridled sensation. Whether that's from getting drunk, getting high, gorging yourself on food, looking in the mirror to see how hot you are, getting the weird crab person to cut you up and put tentacles in you, and whatever, man.
Dude, it is, I'm telling you, that's just Hellraiser. That is just Hellraiser.
You're not wrong, right? But so, right, like, the Imperium will just murder you.
Yeah, if you succumb.
No, they might just murder you for being in the wrong place.
Okay, well, I think that's also to be expected in all situations.
Just to be clear that they're not good people. Just had to make sure that was still clear. Imagine if... Oh, here's a great fact about the Imperium. They don't have cops.
No cops.
They have Judge Dredd.
Oh, I again should have fucking known.
They're called the Adeptus Arbites. Their default equipment is giant metal shock batons and riot shields. With armor that is almost point for point Judge Dredd.
That cannot be it cannot be an accident.
No, it's very purposeful. Because they have shotgun pistols.
Oh yeah.
And whenever there's riot suppression that needs to happen, if they're annoyed, they just pull out the actual shotguns.
Okay. Just if they're annoyed, though.
Yeah, they are the law.
Yeah.
The I forget what it is. The Lex. They have a Lex. They have an entire code of rules and laws, and if you break them, too bad. Extenuating circumstances don't exist. You broke the law, therefore you will be punished.
Great. I'm glad there is finally a place with a fair justice system.
Yes. The only redeeming feature about them is that as long as a reasonably competent individual is in charge of them, there is no favoritism. Doesn't matter if you're a noble, if you run the planet. The Lex Arbites rulebook is more important than you, and it has power over you. and you will do what it says, or you will go to jail.
Okay.
If you're lucky. They might just execute you.
You know, true equality. No one is above the absolutely painfully stringent unilateral law.
Unbending interpretation of the law.
Yes. Well, if it's an unbending interpretation, then at least you know what to do.
Yes.
Repenter.
Yeah. And like Kevin, we haven't even gotten into the horrible, like the real horrible stuff yet. Like,
oh god,
the Imperium has an Inquisition, Kevin.
Oh, of course. Why wouldn't it?
To be fair, unlike the Spanish Inquisition, these guys do purge actual demons.
Okay, okay. So this is a legitimately needed exorcism squad right here.
So there's a bunch of different versions of there's a bunch of different like factions in the Inquisition, right? But the three biggest ones, there's the Ordo Xenos. Their job is to deal with any uppity aliens.
Yeah.
Right? Their job is to make sure that the aliens are not putting filthy alien ideas like freedom, equality, justice, and not dying in the mine.
None of this libtard nonsense.
I'm not gonna say it, but yeah.
That's Jesus Christ.
It's not quite like that, but like, right? Anyone who would turn them away from faith in the Emperor, like anyone who would turn them away for doing their duty to the Emperor, anyone who would do things like give them non-Mechanicus sanctioned guns, that's gotta go.
Yeah.
That's gotta go. Can't be happening. Yeah, so before this, I'd been like, yeah, like I'm picking up the Doom vibe and that like this is very Doom lookalike. Now that you're in this room, I'm like, yes, this is Doom.
Yes,
run around and kill.
This is not just Doom, but this is like Doom Eternal.
Yes.
Which I quite like. I quite enjoy that, like literally taking that very wide arena of PvE and like actually making it 8-bit. For keeping it kind of fast and smooth. Rust is another good game that kind of does that.
Yes.
Rust is a great game. I'm gonna die. I'm in danger.
Oh, hey, you got plasma gun ammo. Did you get a plasma gun?
Not yet.
Oh, shame.
Soon. It looks like I'm gonna get a lot of guns.
Oh boy, yeah. Oh, that's great. They put the strength value on the gun. Oh, that's cute.
Bless their hearts.
The shotgun should be strong.
I agree.
I was gonna say there was some health on the floor.
Nah, he tells me. I need to come back for some of this health. Okay, no falling damage.
Yeah, of course not. Your legs have been replaced with biomechanical shock absorbers.
Woohoo! Oh god! Holy shit! I'm a fucking beast!
Kevin, your rib cage has been turned into one solid ossified plate.
Does it look good on me? Does my ossified plate make me look fat?
No, but it will keep you from getting stabbed.
That's true.
Your bones have been given 30 different kinds of treatments to make them hard as steel. And just that's like magic futuristic space steel, so it's better than normal steel.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
But yeah, so that's a thing. Oh, the Terminator has an autocannon.
Oh my god. The grenades.
I would try to find more health.
You're right. You're right.
Also,
this man makes a
kill
point.
the flamers. Kill the flamers first.
Hmm.
They're the ones shooting fireballs.
I'm just killing anything that happens to be in front of me.
I mean, this is acceptable.
As the Emperor commands.
I'm trying to think what else is important. Like, yeah, the Inquisition, right? So there's the ones that their job is to take care of the filthy Xenos, right?
Mm-hmm.
Any of them, they get uppity and try to do things like
rebel, try to spread democracy and equality,
or even just try to exist. Really, that's no bueno. We can't have that.
Oh, okay, no.
But more often, their job is to do things like make sure that people don't go looking through like the dangerous alien artifacts, like stuff that might wake up the Necrons.
What at? It's a Necron.
Okay, so picture space Egyptians who started worshipping Cthulhu.
Okay, so we're dealing with cultists now.
And then Cthulhu put them in, tricked them into entering metal bodies, immortal metal bodies.
Ah, very nice, very sleek, very chic.
And this did technically save their people. It also turned most of them into mindless robots. Oops, teehee!
You do what you gotta do. You do what you gotta do.
Teehee, did we forget to mention that? Also, did we forget that we can control you now?
I mean,
but don't worry.
Putting your brain into a robot.
Don't worry, the space Egyptians did turn the table, and they trapped Cthulhu and his buddies into immortal metal bodies and split them up into teeny tiny fragments and used them as beat sticks.
I'm sorry, did you say beef sticks?
Beat sticks.
Ah,
problem solving. You know what? This is a real problem here. I'm going to summon the Void Dragon, or at least a tiny fraction of him, and my problem will go away.
Okay, I see. Oh my god, that was fast. Oh shit. I got killed by a pink horror. Okay, so I am very curious about what exactly happens when a ship has what would you call it? A void breach?
Oh, okay. So, the way that you go, okay, so the warp is where demons reside.
Yeah. These guys coming at me now. These.
It's also like the Nether in my.
Oh. Zach left. Zach, come back. I need your guidance in this time of woe. Oh, come on. You sons of bitches. The Warhammer Scholar has left. There is no hope left, Zeal says. Too true. Too true. Come on, I'm fucked. I'm fucked now. I am lost and helpless and confused like a baby. Ah! That was nice of them to do. Ah, fuck you for needing 2 shots. Son of a bitch. Purgatorio in extremis.
Guys, my PS5 decided it wanted to go to sleep because I was ignoring it.
Like a needy significant other.
Yeah, because like I'm over here playing Tears of the Kingdom.
Ah, okay, I see what happened.
And it didn't
here.
appreciate me making no input, so it decided it was going to go into power saver.
You cheating on me with that Nintendo bitch?
So I'm sorry, where was I, Kevin?
We were talking about when the
warp,
the
that's
warp,
right.
yeah.
Right? Okay, so the demons... Now, as I'm sure you know, demons happen to exist in the warp.
Yeah,
It is their
yeah.
home. So the solution to traveling through the warp is this thing called the Geller field, which basically enforces a bubble of reality. Right? Now, the downside of forcing a bubble of reality in the warp is all the demons know you're doing that.
Okay.
And so there's obviously tasty mortal souls that they can do horrible things to inside that bubble of reality.
So it better fucking work because you project, you broadcast yourself every time you try to warp. Basically, it sounds like.
Yes. And sometimes, either by bad luck, a malfunction, or deliberate sabotage, the Geller field stops working.
Mm-hmm.
That ship is then almost guaranteed to be lost to the warp, and everyone inside is going to be turned into a demonic plaything. The lucky ones will die.
Mm-hmm.
The unlucky ones will live for a while, and the demons will do horrible things for them, whether that be mutating them, or turning them into a magical experiment, or using them as a new dildo.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like a coin flip.
The really unlucky ones get possessed.
Okay. What makes them the most unlucky?
The demon is in your flesh, but you're still in there too.
Oh, okay. That sounds like a problem. That sounds like an issue. Oh my god.
If you have a crazy amount of willpower, you might be able to take control of your flesh back. But the demon will still have done terrible things to your flesh, and you cannot exist in society. And the Imperium will
probably hunt you down. Yeah, I figured. I figured it would be a shoot on sight order.
I mean, to be fair, if some dude who had his innards as his outards and had a cloud of flies following him came up to me and said, "Don't worry, bro. I, Zach, am totally the one in charge of this meat train." I would expect you to shoot me on sight.
Meat train, you say? Oh my god! Oh.
Yeah, he's also wearing 80 pounds of armor, so jumping on him is not the biggest plan for success there, bud.
You never know unless you try.
I mean, I guess that's fair. But yeah, so that's a whole thing.
Sweet Jesus. Alright, so...
I'm sorry, Kevin, the Inquisition. We weren't finished with the Inquisition.
Correct.
Right, so there's the horrible one. There's the not-so-bad ones. Their job is to keep people from waking up the space Egyptians, or the flesh-eating amoebas, or the brain parasites.
Mm-hmm.
That's their job. There's the Ordo Hereticus. Their job is to hunt down the heretics.
Mm-hmm.
Whether that be Space Marines who decided that, Chaos has some really neat points, and I could really go for
sabotaging a Geller field every now and then.
Yeah, or sacrificing an entire planet's population to pull that world into the warp and make a tear and make a permanent tear in reality.
Oh, has that happened before?
Many times.
Oh god.
In fact, the biggest one currently in the galaxy is called the Eye of Terror. And you want to know how that one came into being?
I can imagine, but please regale.
That's where the center of the Elf Empire used to be. The elves who birthed the god of
chaos and hedonism
and orgies.
Yeah.
With their murder orgies.
Murder orgies and orgy murders.
And the only reason there are even any space elves that survived is because a bunch of space elves looked at everybody doing the murder orgies and went, "Y'all need Jesus." And And so they left to go find Jesus, and they made floating monasteries where they went super hardcore denial of pleasure, and that's the only reason they lived.
Okay.
Interesting. They literally flew out to like the dark reaches of space, as far away from their families as they could. And so when the new incipient chaos god was born from their fellows' poor decision making, they were not in fact turned into demons.
What, they just stayed like they were? Oh.
Yeah, because they were not taking part in the bad stuff.
Okay.
So,
there's some sort of like righteous celestial judgment that exists in this world too, outside of any like races.
No, they were just really not horny. So the demon, the horny demon, couldn't get them.
Damn it! Well, no, I'm not in the mood either.
The other thing is, pretty much all the Eldari gods died when that happened. The only two that survived was like the elven goddess of like love, life, and healing. Unfortunately, she was weakened by the horrible psychic scream of a new evil being birthed. And grandfather Nurgle captured her, put her in his garden, and uses her to test new diseases.
Okay, that sounds like a fun existence. Yo, new Nurgle disease about to drop.
He uses her as a test subject because she can't die, but based on how long it takes her to recover, that's how he measures his efficacy.
Interesting.
Efficacy. Right? Like how... Oh, I just cooked up a new plague. Ooh, this one took her a whole month to heal from.
That's fun.
Unfortunately, the elves don't know about this, or they'd probably be trying to bring her out, but they don't know about that. So they're convinced she's dead.
Okay. Be very interested to see what happens when they find out.
Well, they haven't found out for 10,000 years, so...
What do you think would happen if they were to, like, you know, bust that cork?
I mean, very tragic and heroic, but most likely doomed rescue attempt. The other elven god to survive was Segarach, the laughing god.
Okay.
That's where the Harlequins come from, Kevin.
Okay. The Harlequins. I know. I mean, I know what a Harlequin is. I know who Harley Quinn is. What are these Harlequins?
Okay, so the Harlequins follow the laughing god, who's also the god of plays and deceit.
Okay.
So Harlequins are arranged into troops, and Harlequins basically use the power of stories to try and bend the galaxy, the fate of the galaxy, in a better direction.
Okay, so they manipulate narratives and so forth.
Yes, but they do this while dressed as Harlequins. And don't laugh, they are fucking... They are the biggest badasses in the galaxy because they have a literal deity giving them power-ups. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of like crazy lore in there. But Segarach is actively trying to fix the galaxy.
Okay. Dare I ask, what's their version of fixing?
Getting rid of chaos.
Okay, alright, that's the best presidential platform I've heard from any of the major players in this universe.
They will do horrible things to do it. But the ultimate end goal is getting rid of chaos.
Okay.
And they're not like being secretly manipulated or no, it's just
Like they're actually doing it.
We gotta get rid of Chaos, boys.
Oh, now I got the plasma gun. There we go.
Oh, that would have been helpful like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, right? I still did it, though. Still did it, though.
Good for you, Kevin.
Yeah,
Doing it the
boy.
hard way.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy.
So a quick wind back. So, the space elves traveled the galaxy through a thing called the Webway, which was a dimension. Basically, they built like a highway in the warp, but not part of the warp.
Okay.
You should not just be fishing in Destiny. You should be fishing for sick loot drops. No, I'm kidding. Fishing is actually really fun.
I love when games do like put in like little things like that.
Yeah. What am I doing here? Well, I could save the galaxy. Keep fishing.
I could be fishing. I think I missed like one person.
Not bad, Kevin.
Yeah.
But so, there were some elves who were part of the events. They were in the Webway. Because they were outside of reality, they didn't get messed up by the psychic scream and turned into demons.
Okay.
But
So with the psychic scream of who again?
Slanesh.
Okay, the laughing god?
No, Slanesh is the chaos one.
Okay.
The lusty one.
Ah, okay, got it.
So they're being born, and I do use they because Slanesh is any gender and no gender. Whatever gets you off, baby.
Okay, got it. All inclusive.
Yes. And that includes crab claws and tentacles, goat feet, and...
Stop, I can only get so erect.
Whatever gets your rocks off, buddy.
The perks of dating a shapeshifter.
Yeah, if the shapeshifter was also super into BDSM and breaking your will and turning you into a mindless slave.
Hey, different strokes for different folks. Who am I to judge? What the fuck? What the hell are these things?
Oh! Nurglings!
Oh my god. I wonder if I have to go up against Nurgle in this.
Probably not, but you'll probably fight a great unclean one.
Nice. I'm assuming that's just like a Lovecraftian elder god by another name.
No, it's just it's a greater demon of Nurgle.
Okay.
They're like the sizes of a couple houses.
Pretty small.
Got swords to match.
Ah. Okay, that I'm more afraid of.
Also, they're just kind of walking disease factories.
Okay, alright, so I need a key card. Key cord. You little fuckers.
Yes. Congratulations, you are now a proper 40k player. You've experienced being annoyed by Nurgling antics.
Yeah, I did it. I'm finally here.
No, really, you have no idea how true what I just said is. But, so, the elves that were part of the horrible murder stuff, but were outside of reality at the time, they didn't instantly die. But, because... Now, Slanesh will claim any soul, but she really likes elf souls, because...
They taste the best. They taste crunchy
best.
even in milk.
Yes, they also contain tiny fractions of power that Slanesh has yet to claim, because the Eldar are the reason Slanesh exists. So, right,
okay.
So every elven soul is like a little pick-me-up, except permanent, right? So that's how we get the Dark Eldar. The Dark Eldar never stopped the party. Because as long as they don't stop the party, Slanesh can't take their soul.
I guess why is that? I figure if you engage in debauchery, you would want your soul even more, right?
Oh no, she does, But they're using the debauchery and the pain of others to keep their soul anchored to their physical flesh.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense. Interesting. So you're still experiencing, therefore you are not giving over to being possessed. So you have to literally party for your fucking life. Shit. That's kind of crazy.
And bear in mind, you've already been partying for like 10,000 years, so you gotta go hard.
Ooh, yeah. No come down, baby.
No.
Zeal, am I going to be playing Destiny next week? Not next week. I'm definitely going to be playing some more of this. What I'm trying to do, just generally on the stream, is play one game for at least 2 weeks in a row, depending on the game. Just to keep it fresh, keep it so that we're engaged with it enough, but also we kind of keep things moving and keeping it fresh. I do plan to return to Destiny at some point on a future stream, though. But
don't worry, I promise I won't spend the entire time lore dumping next week.
Actually, I am interested though.
All right, then I will continue.
Right,
so the Dark Eldar have never stopped partying. And that's how they keep their souls from becoming tasty snacks.
That is so fucking wild. Jesus Christ.
But unfortunately for the elves that were not horny, who were on the craft worlds, they didn't quite get away. So Slaanesh still really wants their souls, and this is the important thing. All the elven gods are dead, so there's no one there to protect their souls when they die.
Okay.
So Slaanesh is just like, mine! Because no one can stop her. So the craft world elves have these things called spirit stones. And they literally put their soul, they basically put their soul in soul prison when they die.
Just so
that they don't get picked up by Slaanesh.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so Slaanesh can't get them. Okay.
But that got really lonely, so they started putting all the soul stones together into basically the soul network inside the craft worlds. And they're possibly becoming sentient, and they're doing a clever ploy that we'll get to in a moment. But see, just be careful with that. If that overheats, you'll get pain. You'll have some pain.
Rip and tear.
Yes, indeed. But so they put themselves in soul prison to keep themselves from getting picked up by Slaanesh. But the Harlequins work directly for the only living active Aldari god.
Okay.
They will do whatever he tells them to, whatever he asks, whenever he asks. In return, he spirits their soul away from Slaanesh.
Interesting. Okay.
But he only does this to people that are loyal followers, because he doesn't have the energy to waste on people who aren't.
Fair enough. I don't have any energy. I don't have energy for fake friends.
Kind of. Except I don't have the energy to save your soul.
Okay, well, that's...
Because listen, you didn't pay in, right? They didn't pay into soul. They didn't pay into soul security, so they're not paying. They're not going to get a payout from soul security, right? Social security. Exactly, right? You didn't pay in, you don't get a payout, baby. You can go ahead and put yourself in the tax-free soul zone and hope that your craft world doesn't get invaded by demons.
Long waiting list.
Yeah. Right, but so that's the thing.
Oh my god. This is so brutal.
Seal, that's a purging. You've gone down the corn path. We're going to have to purge you for that, buddy. Thank you for your service. Please do not resist. Please smile and wave to the Commissar's Polonist.
Look at those nurglings explode. Yeah, that's fucking right. God, they're so annoying.
That's a purge in there, Zeal. That's a purge.
Blood for the blood god.
By the way, unsurprisingly, the Chaos Demon that claims the most Space Marines is usually Khorne. Not really a surprise there. But, so, see, one of the things that the Space Elves do, is that the Space Clowns do, is their troop is arranged in specific roles, right? And one of the things they do is that in order to hide themselves from the view of Slaaneish's minions, one of them takes on the ceremonial role of Slaanesh in the troop and willingly damns their soul forever to help their buddies.
Okay, it's like take me so that the others have a good chance of getting away.
Basically, they spend all their time making they put on a psychic mask that tricks everybody into thinking, right? It's like, you don't need to look over here, there's just some Slaanesh stuff over here. And all the Slaanesh stuff goes, yeah, okay. Right? Now, obviously, if they get up there, up close and take a look, they'll figure it out, right? But otherwise, it's just kind of like, right, it's like a passive, don't notice me, right?
Do not, Senpai, do not notice me. Do not.
Until they die, at which point their beacon their soul then becomes a giant screaming beacon going, fuck you.
Okay. And
but if you do a really good job, occasionally the trickster, the laughing god, Segarach, trickster that he is, will occasionally spirit the really cool ones. He'll spirit their souls away from Slaanesh.
That's gotta be. I'm sure there are plenty of people who would be seeing that and being like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Oh, absolutely.
Why? Oh, there it is. Okay.
It's a whole thing. But yeah, so they're actively working towards trying to fix things.
Okay.
In a really weird way. Really weird way. That sometimes involves empowering different Chaos Servants in order to cause infighting.
There's a lot of playing with fire in this universe, is what I'm sensing.
Well, because if I play with fire, I might burn the other guy, and if I burn myself, well, I was already on fire.
Yeah, but oh god. But oh no.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay. Well, you seem to have your mind made up. Okay.
But yeah. Now, you might be thinking, boy, there's a whole lot of dead elves.
I was noticing that.
There's one guy, Eldrad Ulthway. He foresaw the doom. He is an elf seer. He foresaw the doom of the Eldar. He kind of started the whole craft world plan. He helped birth the new elven god of death, Ynid.
Okay. You can just make gods now?
The Eldar have became super obsessed with death. So the warp entities in the warp are the warp is the collective unconscious of the universe. Right.
Okay, so then these warp beasts, these warp demons are what, like, the manifestations of people's negative emotions?
No, well, not just specifically the negative ones, right? Because, right, for instance, Nurgle is the god of change, rot, and decay.
Natural
and
part of
without
existence.
those things, all you have is stasis, stagnation.
Yeah.
Nothing changes, right? So he can represent positive change. But because they're all tainted with the negative emotions of humanity, they don't.
Okay.
Right.
It's kind of our fault, which also tracks.
Well, not just our fault. Every living thing's fault. Right? collective unconscious of the universe. It just so happened that the elves happened to run the universe for a very long time and were very horny.
Okay.
So the horny one is technically their fault, but it's also definitely everybody else's fault too.
Okay. The elves aren't the only ones stuffing.
Yes, exactly. They just happen to do it longest and craziest.
Sweet. No one can keep up with these fuckers. Nobody.
Yes, quite literally. But yeah, that is very correct.
They
Seal.
do.
And Eldrad did in fact try.
Bonk. You go to horny jail.
He tried saying that, and they all went, "Dude, why are you being such a buzzkill?"
But okay. And he was never invited to another orgy again.
Yes, because he went and made the no orgy bone chips.
Okay, so he's the one that started the whole, like,
he grew them out of bone,
end.
yes.
Okay. This entire warship is a horny jail.
Yes. Literally, yes.
That is amazing.
Also, it's not a warship, it's a city ship.
Okay. Retrofitted for war.
It is a warship. Definitely has guns. Because the ship can grow guns if it needs them.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my.
I recommend grenading the nerds.
It's okay, I got most of them. These fuckers here, though.
Yeah, but anyway, so like I said, it's the collective unconscious of humanity, and it can absolutely not just humanity, the universe, and if enough people have belief in something, it can absolutely have an effect.
Okay.
The best example of this are the Imperial Saints. So if someone believes in the Emperor super hard and dies, there's a chance that they'll become an Imperial Saint. Basically, they turn into a demon of the Emperor. Demon, in this case, being the shorthand for warp entity.
Okay. Interesting. Which, I imagine for the Emperor, you kind of want to have a few of those on your side.
He doesn't. The Emperor is a psyker, so he knew about... the lore for the Emperor's creation is that the reason that there's no magic on Earth is that way back at the beginning of time, when the Chaos Gods were getting uppity, all the human shamans on Earth had a horrible vision of the future where demons won and took over the world and made humans their playthings, along with the rest of the material universe. And they said, not on our fucking watch. And they all killed themselves and formed themselves into one psychic Jeston.
Okay.
That, eventually, that power coalesced as the Emperor of mankind. A super psychic.
So, okay, so the Emperor himself is a manifested entity?
Kind of? Basically, they pulled all their power into one... They found the Chosen One, and then every magician in the world killed themselves to make him the best magician, and the only magician.
I see, okay. He kind of got elected as leader of everything and everyone by these magicians.
Yes. And in Warhammer lore, he's alive on Earth right now. Like, our time. But he's just trying to guide humanity to a better future from behind the scenes.
Like, literally right now, 2023, this guy is doing shit.
Yes, and okay. Right, he's been various things, like Alexander the Great.
Okay, now that's
King Arthur, etc., etc.
Hold on, now why didn't you say so? God damn, okay. That is okay.
And the reason he's now in the shadows is because he's tried the whole direct ruling thing, and that just doesn't work. So he's tried, right? The whole direct ruling thing just doesn't ever seem to work out. So he's trying the behind-the-scenes thing.
Interesting, okay.
Using psychic powers and the ability to tell the future.
I see. Did he happen to also be Nostradamus?
They just gave a couple examples that, right, like, there's a 50-50 chance that if it was a super famous, super awesome, super powerful guy in history...
It was him.
It might have been him.
Oh,
No,
okay.
it might have been him.
Okay.
Right, like, for instance, he's never been the Pope.
Okay.
Because he doesn't want to.
Not my style. Not my jam.
Because his plan to get rid of chaos was to kill every other sentient thing in the galaxy. And he was going to replace all religion with science.
Okay.
And in this
Very
way,
nice.
starve the warp of belief.
Oh, okay.
Right? So make it so that humanity is the only part of the collective unconscious by killing every other part of it.
So that's literally okay.
Of it.
So that is literally the entire impetus for the whole fascist nature of the Imperium. It's literally
the whole we hate Xenos, the whole xenophobia.
Yeah.
Now, I want to be clear. That has right? No one ever knew that. The Emperor just told the
People
Space Marines and his sons, aliens are bad and spooky, and they kept running into aliens that were in fact bad and spooky, so they never really questioned it.
Okay.
And the whole the fascist nature was originally essentially a benevolent, enlightened dictatorship focused on science and the advancement of mankind, run by the Emperor. And
But
then
that
he died. Right, and so he had this thing called the Imperial Truth, which was like basically faith in there is no such thing as magic, there is no such thing as demons, that's all pointless superstition. Science and the scientific method and logic and reasoning are the way to go.
based, very nice. Okay.
Yeah, right. But then he died. And he was kept alive on a golden throne for a very long time. And they used, even before he died on the golden throne, the emperors had fashioned a psychic beacon called the Astronomicon, which he left on Terra, and he used that to ensure the only way for mankind to travel through the warp was by using the beacon on Terra. So everything revolved around the Earth because he put the central sat nav on Earth. Right?
Okay.
So the way everybody navigated the hell space was, where am I going relative to Earth?
Interesting. Of course, got to make Earth the center of the universe,
or at least the center of the human navigable universe, right?
Yeah.
So okay, not a bad plan, right? But the warp was super dangerous, and every time people went through it, demons were aware of it, and they gave people nightmares, and people fed demons their fear and psychic energy, because going through the hell dimension is spooky, and I don't like it.
And it is bad vibe city in there.
Yes. Yes, it is. You know, sometimes the Geller field flickers a little bit, and the wall starts bleeding.
Just ignore it. Just ignore it. You don't look at the wall eyes. They won't look at you.
No, they'll look at you, but definitely don't look back.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely don't listen to the whispers telling you that, God, that asshole Betty on floor 3C sent another email to the supervisor throwing me under the bus. I'm gonna kill her. Don't listen to that
I'll
voice.
do it. I will. I mean it this time.
Do not get Grandpappy's rifle off the shelf.
He left that. He left that rifle for me for just such an occasion.
Yeah. Right. So that was the Emperor's plan, and he was working on the super secret plan that he was working on in Terra was not, as the Chaos Demons suggested, a plan to make himself a god. It was in fact a plan to open a back door into the elves' magic highway that goes through not the warp, so that mankind didn't have to go through the warp anymore.
Interesting. Okay, how'd that work out?
It would have worked really great if Magnus hadn't fucked it up.
Who dat?
Magnus is one of the 13 Primarchs and the Primarch of the Thousand Suns Legion.
Okay.
So, the Emperor was a psyker. And some of his kids were psychers. His response to this was, when they started to manifest psychic powers, he slapped them about and said, "Don't do that," and said that it's evil, and told all his all of his other children that it was witchcraft and bad, and that anyone who does it is a freak and should be ashamed.
Okay.
So they bullied their brothers that were psychers.
All right.
This could not possibly backfire. What are you talking about?
No, absolutely not.
Now, Magnus was the most powerful psyker, and he happened to the Chaos Gods knew that if the Emperor was able to actually be an okay dad to all 13 of the Primarchs, they were definitely going to lose. So they jacked. Yeah. The hell's an abusive family? Bingo. They kidnapped all 13 of the Primarchs and scattered them across the known universe.
Okay, as children.
As test tube babies in their pods.
Ah, okay.
Magnus landed on Prospero, the sorcerer world. People there were actually not worshipping chaos, and they really hated demons. But Tzeentch was like, I can work with this. So he dumped the Super Psyker child on the Super Psyker planet. And then 50 years later, after he's unified the entire planet and killed the horrible beasts that ate people's brains, along comes dear old dad. And dear old dad tells him, stop doing fucking magic nerd shit. And he goes, but dad, you're doing magic nerd shit. Do what I say, not what I do.
Okay.
And this made Magnus understandably bitter.
As one would be with the hypocritical parent like that.
It also didn't help that his siblings bullied him.
As well. And I'm sure Papa encouraged it as well.
Not explicitly, but implicitly.
Did not do anything to stop it.
Hey, good luck getting Deadeye, man.
Hey. Hell yeah, I know you're after that for a while. You can do it!
Right. So, Magnus, because sorcery was, something he'd been doing all of his life and knew how to do it well, and only, never saw any bad effects from it, kept doing it. Unfortunately for him, Dad hadn't quite finished cloning all of the Space Marines before all of the Primarchs were ripped away. So some of them he had to kind of jimmy, do a little ad hocking in the gene editing there, right?
I see a little bit of Frankensteining.
Yep. This resulted in some instabilities.
Aye. Oh yeah, you don't fucking say.
So, for instance, in the case of Sanguinius, Primarch of the Blood Angels, no points for guessing what their curse was. It was the Red Thirst. They literally became space vampires.
Woo!
Bad times.
Oh my god.
The Space Wolves get really, really fucking angry and take on wolf-like traits. If they live long enough and spend too much time around the warp, they literally become werewolves. but they don't get to change back.
Interesting. Okay, you just get completely feral. This is such a weird ass. Such a weird ass lore. Okay, so we got vampires, we got werewolves. Let's see, we need mummies. We need.
No. So the Thousand Sons had the flesh change.
Oh, they're the zombies?
No, rampant mutation.
Okay.
Hideous, painful, rampant mutation.
They are Cronenbergs?
Imagine Kafka.
Right.
You never know what you're gonna get. And it's never a whole thing.
You're like a little bit of this, you're a little bit of this, you're a little bit of that.
And it hurts.
Ugh.
All the time.
Oh, God.
And no matter how hideously you mutate, you're still alive and still aware.
Oh, poor Jeff Goldblum.
Yes, right? You still have nerve endings.
Yikes.
And they still feel pain.
Hooray.
Yeah. Fun times, am I right?
This is a really fucked up ass universe, but
oh yeah,
I'm very interested. Like, I'm really interested in it. It's.
Oh, but Kevin, we're not done with the bad news.
Oh God,
what?
What?
Magnus was convinced. Now, exposure to the warp only aggravated the flesh change because the warp is random, uncontrolled, chaotic energy.
Yeah.
Magnus doubled down on magic and was like, no, magic is the solution. I can fix it. I am the Sorcerer King.
Okay.
And that was when Tzeentch's several thousand-year plan started working. Tzeentch showed up in the warp while Magnus was out swimming the astral seas, searching for knowledge and answers. And Tzeentch was like, hey, kiddo, what's happening to your boys really sucks. I can give you the knowledge of how to fix that.
Do you mean it?
And Magnus was like, okay, hell do you want for it? Warp entity? No, I don't want nothing. I don't believe you. Several days later, after the flesh change has continued ravaging, several days after the flesh change has continued ravaging his sons. Okay, fine. Tell me. I don't care. I'm sure there's a trap here. I don't care what it is. And he gets the freebie, and he mostly it allows him to mostly suppress the flesh change. Not completely, but mostly.
How? I'm surprised that a warp entity would be so chill.
We're gonna get there.
Okay.
Now, I told you that everything was going great with the Emperor's magic psychic backdoor until Magnus fucked it up.
Right.
The Emperor had constructed, because what he was doing, if it went wrong, or if the Chaos Demons became aware of it, they would absolutely start opening warp holes on Terra, trying to stop him and or invade, because part of making this backdoor involved him weakening the bounds between reality and the warp in order to, hook up the back door, right?
Yeah.
So he made a big old no magic barrier over the planet. And because he was a physical manifestation of order, rule, and science, Chaos Demons couldn't go through it. He's known to them as the anathema, right? He's the opposite of everything they are.
Makes sense.
So they couldn't go through, right? Now, while all this is happening, his kids have still been out conquering the galaxy.
Mazel tov.
Yep. And he's been super secretive, and he's been hiding away on Terra. Around this time, Tzeentch tricks a lady named Euphrates Keeler into accidentally stumbles onto some demons. And Tzeentch makes his demons fuck off when she starts waving the symbol of the Emperor at them.
Ah, it's so noble, so holy.
Yeah, so he tricks her into starting a religion, that the Emperor is a god. This kind of backfires in that it starts working, in that people do in fact start gaining holy powers from this. But Tzeentch is okay with this, because the long-term plan, it's going to benefit him by getting the Emperor killed.
Okay.
So as all of this has happened, right? So this is all happening, and people are starting to spread this Imperial cult. And the Emperor publicly disavows it, but what happens is that the Chaos Demons use the little bit of power they can exert on the material realm at that time to trick someone on a planet that Horus brought into Imperial compliance. Reed bombed the shit out of it until they surrendered.
Brought them freedom. Brought them good old-fashioned freedom.
Yes. Come on, Zeal, you can do it. Stay strong. Get them
You
trace
can
rifle
do
kills.
it!
Right? So that's a thing that was happening. And they give him basically a cursed sword of Nurgle. He becomes a diseasey boy. Horus fights him. He gets stabbed with the horrible tainted warp blade. And there's a bunch of other stuff that happens. I'm not even going to get into some of it. Suffice to say, a guy named Cor Ferron tells them, right, all the medics try to fix Horus, because everybody loves Horus. And it's not working. And Cor Ferron goes, "Oh, guys, I read an old legend about this. This is an evil space magic wound. We need space magic to fix it." And everybody goes, "Shut the fuck up." But Horus keeps dying.
But I know what I'm talking about.
Now, Cor Ferron has been sucking the Chaos D for a very long time. And tricked his Primarch into following the Chaos D. That's a whole other thing. Basically, Lorigar, Primarch of the Word Bearers, was convinced that the Emperor was a god, and that the Emperor needed to just accept the psychic power and the faith of mankind and become an actual god, and he was trying to spread the faith of the Emperor to do that. In return, the Emperor told him stop doing that, and he didn't. So the Emperor said stop doing that, and he didn't. So then the Emperor said, got two of his other sons to go murder Lorigar's entire planet devoted to worshipping the Emperor.
Okay.
And Cor Ferron, who had been on that Chaos D, took that opportunity when he was broken and beaten and sad in the middle of the ashes of the dead world that he'd created, to tell Dad how much he loved him. That there were four really swell deities in the warp who would be happy to empower him and have him follow them. That is the highly abridged version of the Fall of Lorigar.
Wow. Okay.
Highly abridged.
This is some goddamn brutal shit. Okay.
Oh, yes. But so Cor Ferron convinces everybody to go to this weird temple and let Horus get the space magic healing. This is a chaos temple.
I say we may need to pause. We may need to pause our story time for next week. I am a starving ass motherfucker, and my brain needs to process everything that has just happened, from this game to all of this lore to the tone to I liked our kind of conversation about the context of the tone of the Imperium, how it's like set in that, you know, it's really based on an exaggerated version of Thatcher's government in the same way that V for Vendetta was. Like that's pretty.
It absolutely came out of that time period, mate.
That is goddamn illuminating. Listen, I hope you come back for not just next week's stream, but I hope you jump in for future streams as well.
I will. I gotta make an effort for it. It's just you not knowing anything. I was like, I gotta go. It's time for the lore vomit.
Oh yes, the Lord of Lore to enter our midst.
Oh gosh, no, I am not. There are people who know so much more than me. But remind me next week, right? Give yourself a little memo. It's all Magnus's fault, and we're at the part where Horus is in the Chaos Temple.
It's all Magnus's fault. So I can at least remember it's all Magnus's fault because Magnus is that's Magneto's name as well. So that would
it's all Magnus's fault, right? The way that the descending order of blame works in the Warhammer 40,000 universe is it's the Space Lizards' fault. Okay? Space Lizards are at the top. The Space Lizards...
Oh, God.
The Space Lizards were fighting Cthulhu, okay?
Alrighty.
And the Space Lizards were losing. So the Space Lizards made the Space Elves to help them fight Space Cthulhu, and they were still losing. So then they made the Space Orcs to help fight Cthulhu. This would later backfire. But it did let them beat Space Cthulhu. And that's when the Space Egyptians decided that they were going to go take a 10 million year nap. And then conquer the galaxy. And they were like, fine, the elves can have the galaxy for 10 million years. We're going to wait until they inevitably destroy their own empire. Because they're flesh beings, and they will fall to the pleasures of flesh. And then we'll wake up in 10 million years and kick their asses. Right? So, it's the Space Lizards' fault. Who made the Space Elves? The Space Elves made Slaanesh. Which ripped open giant holes in reality, which gave the Chaos Gods more power, who then tricked Magnus into fucking over the Emperor.
God kills man, man kills God, man makes a god that is the embodiment of doing it in the butt. Oh, yeah. Join us.
Man.
A little column A, a little column B. I'm sure we're capable of that too. So anyway, join us next week for another great session of the Comics, Culture, and Cosplay stream. This is my co-host Zach. I hope you check out our show that we're on. We upload every Friday to iTunes, Spotify, Spreaker, anywhere you can find great podcasts. We are the Comics, Culture, and Cosplay podcast. We hope to see you same nerd time, same nerd channel. Bye for now, everyone.
We love you.
We love you.